Dust hit her face like tiny needles, and Emma fell to her knees right in the middle of the road. Her hands shook. Her breath came out in small, broken pieces. For one long moment, she just stayed there, head down, like she might never get up again. Then out of nowhere, she laughed. It was a strange, cracked sound. Not happy, not sad, just tired. A man loading his wagon nearby stopped and stared at her. Two women near the store pulled their children closer and whispered to each other. Nobody understood why a girl covered in dirt, with torn clothes and bleeding feet, would laugh in the middle of a dusty road at sunset. "Look at that poor thing," one woman said. "She's lost her mind." Emma did not care what they thought. She wiped her eyes with her torn sleeve and pushed herself back up. Her legs wobbled, but she stood tall anyway, staring straight at the people watching her. "Go on, stare," she said, her voice rough and quiet. "I'm still walking. That's more than some folks can say." The man by the wagon looked away, ashamed. The women said nothing more. Emma turned from the small crowd and walked toward the open fields instead of the town. She did not want food from pity. She did not want a stranger's cold stare. She just wanted quiet. Behind her, the town lights glowed warm and yellow. Piano music drifted out from the saloon. For a second, she almost turned back. Almost. But fear held her feet in place. Fear of questions. Fear of more eyes on her ruined dress. Fear of what men might do to a girl alone with nothing. So she kept walking, farther from the noise, farther from safety, until she reached a big oak tree standing alone by the river. She sat down under it, pulled her knees to her chest, and let the tears fall freely now that no one could see her. She was ready for this to be her last night. A horse's hooves beat slow and steady on the dirt path above the river. Jacob Miller sat tall in the saddle, tired from a long day, his eyes half closed against the last orange light of the sun. Then he stopped. Something moved near the old oak tree. A small shape curled up small against the trunk. His horse snorted and stepped back, unsure. "Easy, boy," Jacob whispered, patting the horse's neck. He squinted into the fading light. At first he thought it was a hurt animal, maybe a dog or a fox. Then the shape shifted and he saw hair and a torn dress and thin shoulders shaking in the cold. His heart dropped. He got down from his horse fast, boots hitting the ground hard. He walked forward, then stopped himself, remembering how scared a person could be of a stranger in the dark. "Miss," he called out, keeping his voice low and soft, "you all right out here?" Emma's head snapped up. Her eyes were wide with fear, wild like a rabbit caught in a trap. She scrambled back against the tree trunk, pulling her knees tighter to her chest. "Stay back," she said, her voice shaking. "Don't come any closer." Jacob froze instantly, both hands raised. "I won't. I promise I won't." Silence stretched between them. Wind moved through the tree branches above. Somewhere far off, a wolf howled, and Emma flinched hard at the sound. Jacob slowly lowered himself to sit on the ground, far enough away to not scare her further. "Name's Jacob. I got a ranch not far from here. Just saw you sitting alone and couldn't ride on past." Emma stayed quiet, watching him carefully, like she was deciding if he was dangerous or not. Every muscle in her body stayed tight, ready to run. "Please," she finally whispered, "I don't have anything left to give anybody." Jacob's chest ached hearing those words. He looked at this broken, frightened young woman sitting alone in the dark, and something inside him would not let him simply ride away and leave her there. Emma's back pressed hard against the tree bark. Her eyes stayed locked on Jacob, watching his every move like a deer watching a wolf. "How do I know you're not lying?" she asked, her voice sharp with fear. "How do I know this ain't some trick?" Jacob did not move closer. He stayed sitting right where he was, far enough away that she could breathe easy. "I'll wait right here," he said quietly. "All night if I have to. You don't owe me nothing." The wind picked up, cold and sharp. Emma's teeth started chattering, but she did not answer him. Minutes crawled by slow and heavy. Then Jacob did something that made her freeze. He pulled off his own coat, slow and careful, and held it out toward her, his arm stretched as far as it could go so he stayed away from her. "Take it," he said. "Please, you're freezing." Emma stared at the coat like it might bite her. Her hands trembled as she finally reached out and grabbed it, pulling it tight around her thin shoulders. Warmth spread through her body, and for one small second, hope flickered inside her chest. "Thank you," she whispered, barely loud enough to hear. Jacob nodded slowly. "Kindness and danger ain't the same thing, miss. I hope you learn to tell them apart again someday." Tears slid down Emma's dirty cheeks. "I don't know if I can keep going," she admitted. "I got nothing left. I am nothing." "That's a lie," Jacob said firmly, shaking his head. "You walked 3 days through hell itself. That ain't nothing, that's everything." His words hit something deep and broken inside her. Jacob leaned forward just slightly, his voice dropping low and steady, full of quiet promise. "My ranch has room. Just me and my old dog Baxter rattling around an empty house. Come with me. Not because I want something, because nobody should freeze out here alone." Emma's lips shook. Fear and hope fought hard inside her chest. Then Jacob whispered the words that changed everything. "You'll never sleep outside again," he said softly. "I promise you that." Something broke open inside Emma's heart, not from sadness this time. "Okay," she whispered. "I'll come with you." Jacob reached out his hand slowly and Emma took it. Her legs shook so bad she almost fell, but he held her steady, careful not to hold too tight. "Can you ride?" he asked. Emma nodded, though she wasn't sure. Jacob helped her up onto the horse first, then climbed on behind her, keeping a careful distance the whole ride. Neither one spoke much. The only sound was the horse's slow footsteps and the wind moving through the dark fields. Stars came out above them, one by one, like tiny lights being lit in the sky. Then up ahead a warm glow appeared. A wooden house, smoke curling up from the chimney, a dog barking, running fast toward them through the dark. "That's Baxter," Jacob said. "Don't worry, he just wants to say hello." Inside, the house was warm and smelled like wood smoke. Jacob moved fast, putting a pot on the fire, cutting bread, filling a bowl with soup. He set it in front of Emma without saying much. She stared at the food for a long moment before picking up the spoon. Her hands shook as she ate, slow at first, like her body had forgotten how. "Eat as much as you need," Jacob said gently. "There's plenty more." After the meal, he showed her a small room with a soft bed and thick blankets. "This room is yours," he said. "No rush to leave, rest now." Emma looked at the bed like she couldn't believe it was real. She turned back to Jacob one more time. "Why?" she whispered. "Why help me like this?" Jacob's answer was simple. "Somebody helped me once when I needed it most, just passing it on." That night Emma slept without shaking. No cold ground, no fear, just warm blankets and quiet. Weeks passed. Emma healed slowly. She fed chickens. She smiled again little by little. One evening on the porch, she turned to Jacob. "You saved my life," she said softly. Jacob smiled. "You saved yourself. I just gave you a safe place to do it." And from that day on, Emma never slept outside again, just as he had promised.